The Singapore National Stadium is a multi-purpose stadium in Khao Lang, Singapore and the National Stadium of Singapore. Opened on June 30, 2014, it was constructed on the site of the former National Stadium, which was closed in 2007 and demolished in 2010. The 55,000-seat facility is the centerpiece of the Singapore Sports Hub, a sports and recreation district that also incorporates nearby Singapore Indoor Stadium and other sporting venues. One of the largest domed structures in the world, it features a naturally ventilated design with a retractable roof, and has configurations for football, rugby, athletics and cricket. The stadium serves as the home stadium of the Singapore national football team, served as the main venue of the 2015 Southeast Asian Games, and has hosted matches of the AFF Championship in 2014, 2018, 2020 and 2022. History. In 2007, the Singapore government accepted bids for a project to build a new national stadium and an accompanying sports and recreation district around the stadium, including an aquatic center. Alpine Meerder proposed a design inspired by Munich's Allianz Arena. Singapore Gold proposed a design known as Premier Park, which would have featured a retractable roof usable as a projection screen, while the Singapore Sports Hub Consortium, SSHC, proposed a design known as the Cool Dome, a ventilated, horseshoe-inspired stadium with a retractable roof. 2, 3, 4. On January 19, 2008, the government named SSHC as its preferred bidder for the Sports Hub project and stadium, with construction slated to be completed by 2011. 2. Minister of Community Development, Youth and Sports Vivian Balakrishnan stated that the SSHC proposal was the strongest in offering a comprehensive sporting calendar, 2, and displayed significant strengths in programming, team culture and partnership, functionality and layout. 5. Construction of the stadium began in 2010 due to the delays caused by the 2008 financial crisis and soaring construction costs. By September 2011, the pilling and the foundation of the stadium was completed and construction on the steelworks of the stadium fixed roof started. In July 2013, the installation of the stadium final primary steel runway truss for the roof was completed, marking the completion of the steelworks on the National Stadium's fixed roof in preparation for installation of the retractable roof. 6. 7. The stadium was set to be completed in April 2014. In February 2014, Sports Hub CEO Philippe Colin-Delavode announced that it would miss the deadline and not open until June 2014. 8. The stadium's first sporting event was the inaugural World Club Tens Rugby Tens tournament in June 2014. 9. Design. Retractable roof of the stadium. The stadium features a 75,000 square meters, 810,000 square feet, 83 m, 272 feet, tall steel dome with a retractable roof, which was stated to be the largest dome structure in the world. Due to Singapore's tropical climate, the stadium's roof is designed to reflect sunlight in order to insulate its interior, while natural airflow is used to cool spectator areas with less energy usage than a venue of comparable size. 10. The stadium has configurations for football, rugby, athletics, and cricket. 10. In its football and rugby configuration, the lowest tier of seating can be moved forward, covering the running track, to provide a more intimate experience. It takes approximately 48 hours to reconfigure seating arrangements to suit an upcoming event. 11, 12, 10. Playing surface. The stadium initially used Deso Grassmaster, which consists of natural grass interwoven with synthetic fibers, as its playing surface. 13, after experiencing issues with the pitch's quality, which culminated in the New Zealand All Blacks cancelling a rugby match at the stadium during a November 2014 tour due to safety concerns. 14. In May 2015 the Grassmaster surface was replaced by Eclipse Stabilized Turf, a similar hybrid surface produced by Australian company HG Turf. 15. Singapore Sports Hub CEO Oon Jean Teek stated that the stadium's unique microclimate had posed additional challenges in maintaining the Grassmaster pitch. 16. Transport mass rapid transit. The stadium is located above the underground stadium MRT station on the Circle Line. Trains arrive every 5 to 6 minutes during off-peak hours, and 2 to 3 minutes during peak hours and event days. Other MRT stations nearby are Khao Lang MRT station, which can be accessed using a sheltered walkway. The upcoming Tanjong-Ru MRT station will complement the existing stations once completed in 2024. Buses and taxis. Bus stops are located around the Sports Hub complex along Stadium Walk, Stadium Boulevard and Nickel Highway, with buses serving nearby districts and the city. Taxi stands are also conveniently available near the National Stadium, Singapore Indoor Stadium and Leisure Park Khao Lang. Notable events. Sports. SEA Games. The stadium was one of the venues of the 2015 Southeast Asian Games, hosting the opening and closing ceremonies, athletics, and football. 15. Football. The new national stadium during an international friendly between Brazil and Japan. The first football match held at the stadium is a friendly match between Singapore Selection 11 and Juventus in August 2014. The friendly match between Brazil and Japan in October 2014 was the first sellout crowd of 55,000 at the stadium. 17. It also hosted the 2014 AFF Suzuki Cup in November 2014. It is the venue of all the matches of the 2015 Barclays Asia Trophy that is held in Singapore, which features Arsenal, Everton, Stoke City and Singapore Selection 11. 18. The stadium also held the edition of a friendly tournament, the 2017 International Champions Cup, which features 3 major European clubs, Chelsea, Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. The following year, it hosted the 2018 International Champions Cup, which also features 3 big clubs from Europe, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. The 2019 International Champions Cup saw 4 major European clubs participating in the tournament: Juventus, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United and Inter Milan. Cristiano Ronaldo, widely regarded as one of the greatest football players of all time, also played at the stadium, which he eventually got himself a goal against Tottenham. In 2018, as a participant in the 2018 AFF Championship, Singapore played 2 matches at the stadium for the group stages as the home team. As part of the Brazil Global Tour, Brazil played a series of friendlies against Senegal on October 10, 2019 and Nigeria on October 13, 2019 respectively. On July 15, 2022, the stadium hosted the Standard Chartered Singapore Trophy, a pre-season friendly between Premier League clubs Liverpool and Crystal Palace. 19, 20, 21, 22. In May 2023, it was announced that the stadium would host the Festival of Football in late July, which would feature friendlies between Tottenham and AS Roma, Liverpool and Leicester City FC, and Liverpool and FC Bayern Munich. 23. AS Roma were later replaced by Lion City Sailors FC of the Singapore Premier League, after the club was forced to pull out of the match after a pair of friendlies in South Korea were cancelled due to financial issues with their promoter. Full name: Singapore National Stadium. Address: 1 Stadium Drive, Singapore 397629. Location: Khao Lang, Singapore. Coordinates: 1 degree 18 2.5 N 103 degree 52 27.2 E, Public Transit. CC6 Stadium. EW10 Khao Lang. TE23 Tanjong-Ru. Owner: Sport Singapore. Operator: Dragic Singapore Pte. Limited capacity: 55,000, football and rugby. 52,000, cricket. 50,000, athletics. Record attendance: 52,897, Manchester United vs Inter Milan, July 20, 2019, 1. Surface: Eclipse stabilized turf. Construction: broke ground. September 29, 2010, 13 years ago. Opened June 30, 2014, 9 years ago. Construction cost 1.87 billion Singapore dollars. Architect. Arup Associates, Sports Venues, DP Architects, Non-Sport Venues, QP, AECOM, Landscape. Structural Engineer. Arup. Tenants. Singapore National Football Team, 2014-present. Singapore Sevens,